Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Amanda Anisimova lead USA to break 10-year record at Australian Open 2026. American women's tennis enjoyed a landmark moment at the Australian Open 2026 as Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Amanda Anisimova, and more led the USA to break a 10-year record. The tournament started on January 18th and will continue till February 1st at Melbourne Park. Some of the American WTA players ensured that the United States recorded its strongest showing at the season-opening Grand Slam in 10 years. After stunning first two rounds at the tournaments, players, including Coco Gauff, Pegula, Anisimova, Madison Keys, Hailey Baptiste, Peyton Stearns, and Iva Jovic, have now advanced to the third round. This progress has made the USA the first nation since 2015 with 7 players in the Grand Slam's women's singles round 3. Gauff contested against Olga Danilovic in the second round and earned a straight set, 6-2, 6-2, victory. Pegula met McCartney Kessler in her second round and produced an impressive 6-0, 6-2 win. Anisimova, on the other hand, progressed to the third round after beating Katerina Siniakova, 6-1, 6-4, in the second round. The American women leading their nation to break the 10-year record were celebrated by the USTA, who posted the news on their X handle with a caption that read, "Baptiste, Stearns, and Jovic prevailed over Storm Hunter, Petra Marcinko, and Priscilla Hahn, respectively, to reach the Australian Open's third round." Coco Gauff reflected on her second-round performance at the Australian Open 2026 after besting Olga Danilovic in the second round of the Australian Open. Coco Gauff opened up about her performance in the post-match on-court interview. When lauded for her flawless performance, she analyzed her play, stating that there were slight errors. However, other than that, she called her match perfect. 0-24 onwards, I missed the back end at 40. Love to go up 5-0. But other than that, it was perfect, said Coco Gauff. She was further asked about her drop shots on the court and whether it is something she worked on in the off-season to add a new dimension to her game. Sharing the details about it, the American added, 0-47 onwards, I don't know. We'll do 2 minutes at the end of practice with them, and then honestly, the drop shot it's always a bad idea in my head, and then I make it and I'm like, oh okay. That was good. I saw Carlos yesterday, and I was like, I'm trying to drop shot like him. In my first match, I won 7 drop shot points, which I don't think I ever done. And then today I won all of them that I did. So, it's a good shot until I miss it. And then my coach told me don't go drop shot on pressure points. And I think almost every time I drop shot it today was on a pressure point and it worked. Up next, Coco Gauff will face Hailey Baptiste in the third round on January 23 at the Margaret Court Arena. From the sun-drenched hard courts of Melbourne Park came a moment that will be etched not only in the memories of American tennis fans, but in the history books of the sport. At the 2026 Australian Open, an elite trio of American women, Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and Amanda Anisimova, lit up the tournament with passion, poise, and power, guiding the United States to a record-breaking Grand Slam run the likes of which had not been seen in over a decade. A new era in American tennis for years. The narrative surrounding American tennis had been a tale of flashes of brilliance, breakout champions, heart-stopping individual wins, but one that lacked sustained Grand Slam dominance. Until now. The 2026 Australian Open marked a seismic shift. 3 American women, each with vastly different journeys and personalities, converged on Melbourne with a single shared goal, to prove that the stars of U.S. tennis were rising again together. The heart of this movement is Coco Gauff, the 21-year-old phenom whose blend of athleticism, fierce determination, and fearless tennis sense has captivated fans worldwide. Coming into the tournament as one of the favorites, Gauff carried both expectation and belief, not just for herself, but for her fellow Americans. While her serve showed hints of vulnerability early on, Gauff's baseline prowess and tactical smarts more than compensated, helping her navigate tough early rounds with authority. Her intensity and court awareness became a defining force of the U.S. charge. Alongside Gauff marched Jessica Pegula, the veteran stalwart whose consistency and strategic brilliance have made her a perennial threat on tour. With laser-precise ground strokes and an unwavering mental game, Pegula delivered emphatic straight-sets victories that sent ripples through the draw. Then, perhaps the most poetic arc of all, was Amanda Anisimova, the fierce competitor whose rise has been marked by resilience. A finalist at multiple majors and armed with one of the tour's most formidable backhands, Anisimova embodied both finesse and fire throughout her Australian adventure. More than matches, a movement. What unfolded over 2 weeks in Melbourne was more than a tennis tournament. It was a statement. Each match played by Gauff, Pegula, and Anisimova became a declaration of intent, not just to represent their nation, but to rewrite expectations for American women in the sport. The trio's success didn't occur in isolation. Earlier rounds saw all three deliver commanding performances, dominating their opponents while showcasing remarkable depth, athletic excellence, and tactical ingenuity. Their consistency injected new energy into the American fanbase and reminded the world that U.S. tennis is brimming with elite talent. This was a collective that defied the old narrative that American stars peaked one by one, never together. Instead, Gauff, Pegula, and Anisimova amplified each other's presence, creating a synergy that electrified the tournament and fueled an unprecedented run deep into the draw. Breaking the decade-long drought, the significance of this achievement cannot be overstated. For more than 10 years, no American woman had managed to lead a charge this impactful at the Australian Open. While legends and trailblazers kept the flame alive, a sustained surge by multiple U.S. contenders had eluded the sport on these hard courts. Until now, it's a moment of renewal, a reminder that American tennis has not faded, it has evolved. Gauff's speed and fearlessness, Pegula's surgical precision, and Anisimova's unbridled power represent a new generation that blends athletic versatility with strategic maturity. They are players not only capable of competing at the highest levels but of reshaping what success looks like for American women's tennis. The ripple effect beyond the wins and records, what this trio has sparked could shape the sport for years. Young players watching from backyards, club courts, and junior competitions across the United States will now see a pathway, a vivid demonstration that the global stage is theirs to claim. The breakthrough in Melbourne is more than a statistic, it's inspiration in motion, and while the trophy may not have stayed stateside this time, the message did. American tennis has arrived in force. The Australian Open 2026 has become a defining chapter in the broader story of the sport, one in which Gauff, Pegula, and Anisimova are not merely participants but pioneers of a new American